Okay, so we have declared a meeting of the public? All right. Okay, members, so can we just probably haven't declared a meeting of the public, just move on then to the agenda proper then. Apologies. Any apologies to record?
Morris Devaney.
Morris Devaney. Okay, thanks Paula for that. Okay, draft minutes of the meeting from the 9th, the meetings of the 9th and 12th of February. Members content for the minutes of those two meetings, which on page 4 of your packs are approved for accuracy. Thank you very much for that. Then under chairperson business, just want to report that in relation to the fact-finding report that the committee had sought from the Minister and the deadline, which expired 5 p.m. yesterday, that just shortly after the deadline expired yesterday, we did receive a response from the Minister. We remain in discussions with the Minister around the full content of that report, and in light of those discussions, we have extended the deadline to 5 p.m. Next Thursday. Okay. Moving on then to the moderator raising. Just want to remind people that last week's briefing on the social housing reform regulatory framework, members raised a number of queries around regulation of the private rented sector. It was agreed then to seek an update from the department on its progress of regulating the sector. We have scheduled a briefing from the department on the regulation review of the private rented sector, and that will be at the meeting on the 19th of March. So our members content then to wait until that particular briefing to raise those concerns and queries which were raised last week. Great for that. Thank you. On the 5th of February at our meeting, you will recall we had a briefing from the National Energy Action on Fuel Poverty. A number of issues were also raised there. It was agreed for officials to collect the information already received from the department on this. On page 14 of your pack, you'll see there officials have provided the committee with the department's latest briefing table on affordable warmth scheme and information regarding the 25 areas being targeted as a matter of priority. Could I suggest that members consider this information, and if they have any further queries, then we should raise them under AOP at next week's meeting. Okay. Draw attention to page 50 of your meeting pack. BBC responded to the committee's letter of 23rd of January. You might want to, and I suggest we consider this when we come to consider phase 3 of the agenda. Or phase 3, we'll give that as an agenda item. Okay, moving on then to the pensions bill, the draft report. This is the formality. So members happy enough then have considered all of this and through this, then we'll just go through the formalities of this, and we could proceed on the following basis. I refer members to page 3 of your table items folder. That's a table of content. And you know the procedure, we just go through this quickly and just add for the record then table the question around this, and we'll just go quickly through them unless members interject otherwise. Okay, so do members have any suggested amendments to the table of contents? If there are none, then put the question. That the committee is content with the table of contents of the report as drafted. Agreed? Agreed. Do members have any suggested amendments to the list of appendices? Probably not. If not, then put the question that the appendices as outlined in the list of appendices stand as part of the report. Appendix 1, minutes of proceedings. Appendix 2, minutes of evidence. Appendix 3, written submissions. Appendix 4, department correspondence. Appendix 5, other papers. Appendix 6, list of witnesses. Is agreed? If you turn to page 6 of your meeting pack, then you have this is the main draft report. So we could move then swiftly to do members have any suggested amendments to these paragraphs, which are 12 to 15? If not, then that the committee is content with paragraphs 12 to 15 of the report as drafted. Agreed? Agreed. We'll just move then swiftly through these on the same basis. That the committee is content with paragraphs 16 to 31 of the report as drafted. Agreed. Moving on then to the next section, is consideration of the bill, page 64. The committee is content with paragraphs 32 to 33 of the report as drafted. Agreed. Agreed. The committee is content with paragraphs 34 to 43 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 44 to 50 of the report as drafted. Agreed. The committee is content with paragraphs 51 to 53 of the report as drafted. Agreed. The committee is content with paragraph 54 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 55 to 59 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 60 to 67 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 62 to 70, 68 to 72 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 73 and 74 of the report as drafted. Agreed.
Agreed.
The committee is content with paragraphs 75 to 79 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraph 80 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 81 to 84 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 85 to 87 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 88 to 101 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 102 to 106 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 107 to 110 of the report as drafted. Agreed. The committee is content with paragraphs 111 to 114 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 115 to 233 of the report as drafted. Agreed. That the committee is content with paragraphs 1 to 11 of the report as drafted. Agreed. The committee that the report be the 11th report of the Committee for Social Development. Agreed. Seek agreement for the draft extract of the minutes of the 19th of February is amended if necessary at page 4 of your tabled items folder. Is content for that? Yep. Amendments, thank you for that. Okay, so and looking just then for members' agreement for Hansard transcript from a formal clause by clause on the 5th of February to be included in the committee's report. That's a copy of that on page 89 of your meeting pack. Okay, so members then content to order the report print. Okay, member agreed, and thank you for that. Moving on then to the next item of subordinate legislation. Item number 6 on the agenda, the National Employment Savings Trust Amendment Order, and papers of this, we're referring to this on page 96 of your pack. The Department of Advice Statutory Instrument amends the National Employment Savings Trust Order 2010 to remove the annual contribution limit and the transfer restrictions imposed on the National Employment Savings Trust Pension Scheme. So Westminster statutory instrument. That's just content to the committee then to note this. Okay, thank you. Then statutory rules come to SR 52. The committee considered ASL 1 on this pertaining to these regulations on the 4th of December 2014, and we're content for the rule to be made. The rule is subject to negative resolution procedure. Members know of objections, then I read into the record that the Committee for Social Development has considered the statutory rule SR 52/2015, the Social Security Industrial Injuries Prescribed Diseases Amendment Regulations Northern Ireland 2015, and subject to the examiner of statutory rules. The court has no objections to the rule. Agreed? Thank you. Then coming then to SR 57. This is a commencement order, so members content to note the commencement order. That's on page 112 of the pack. Okay, thank you for that. Correspondence. You have the correspondence memo there at page 117 of your pack. Just want to draw attention to a couple of items. Page 124. Social Security Agency has written in response to the committee regarding its use of interviews under caution and a statutory authority to do so. Social Security Agency has stated that it is writing separately to the complainant to reiterate again its position. I'm not sure how people feel about this, but certainly I don't think that's what the committee asked. The committee asked them a direct question, and I think we should go back to the Social Security Agency in their mind with that. Members can't agree with that decision. Okay. On page 128 of the pack, the Charity Commission has responded to the committee's letter about the investigative process. If you recall, we queried that with them. So if members are content, then we would forward on the response from the Commission to Mr Burke, and as he wrote to the committee. Members content with that? Agreed. Page 149 of your pack, we have a letter from Jeffrey Donaldson MP, who has written to the committee on behalf of the Lisburn Carers Forum. They're concerned about the need for special provision to be made for lifelong carers who are 60 aged or over. And we have a briefing on this matter in, what date is that now?
5th of March.
5th of March. So we'll have a briefing scheduled on the committee agenda for 5th of March. So members can attend, then we raise that at that point.
Great.
Okay, thank you for that. We have on page 151 of your meeting packet, Committee for OFM, DFM has written to the committee with a copy of the Children's Services Cooperation Bill and an explanatory memorandum. It's a matter, does the committee want to formally respond as a committee, or members intend that we issue a nil response from the committee, because I know members are adopting various positions on this and dealing with another forum. Is that fair enough then? So the committee is not minded to make a response, so we'll just issue a nil response. Okay, members, thank you for that. So our members then content to adopt the correspondence as per the memo on page 117.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Then the next item in terms of the forward work programme on page 197, members content to note that.
Still on the forward. I note that the landlord registration is due to be completed next week. It's the 25th. Would it be possible to pencil in some in terms of briefing from DSD officials sometime in March, just to see, do they think they're now there, or I presume there will be some who won't have registered, and how they are going to manage to sweep up everybody in the aftermath of the deadline?
Yeah, because we do have that briefing on the regulatory process, don't we?
On you talking about the regulations in the private rented sector?
Yeah.
We're
It's slightly different, isn't it?
yeah,
Right, okay.
yeah. This is the voluntary landlord registration
Yes, it
scheme.
is,
Yeah.
I think it's the 25th of February. It was due. Everybody was supposed to be ready. My understanding is there was a considerable, and is a considerable volume of people now registering, realising that the deadline is coming, but just post the 25th of February.
Well, that'd be an important element for us to draw attention to as well, since we've had issues around that for some time. So thanks for that, Gregory, and we'll do that. Okay, so any other business? Afra?
Actually, it's just a panel, but I've heard that we received an email that the building exam would increase around by 5.8%, which is well above the rate of inflation. I just want to find out what that actually means in money terms. Could we ask it?
Okay.
What was that? What, Brent?
Rent increase?
Rent
isn't it?
increase, yeah.
It's in the.
It was actually, I've lost the place now, but I just wanted to...
It's one. It's one to.
You haven't got access to yours. Have you got your papers? Have you managed to get your pack on that this morning?
126.
126.
126.
I read it this morning, so...
4.85, I guess. The answer.
Brings the average rent to 66.54.
Are we all handing back our table items, Chairman?
Does it close the gap with housing?
Options of leakers?
As a housing
Chance of
association,
that?
RPI plus 1%.
I'm happy to hand mine back.
So that would be about RPI plus 2 points.
Okay, Fry, you have enough of that? All right, so then we have no other anything else under AOP. Then the next item that we had on was the moving back into closed session again, dealing with the committee inquiry phase 3 of the evidence. And I have to say, I'm quite relaxed in terms of dealing with it today, because I'd actually prefer to then deal with the matter